adjustment factor?
See, I told you how to make the discontinuous frequency distribution into a continuous frequency distribution.
Okay, ma'am, so I have to do like 84 minus 25 divided by 2.
Yeah, here, see here, one of the class you will take. This one is the and this one is the next class. Now,
oh, okay, got it.
Okay, the same thing. Only I have just put it in a formula way. Okay, because this is the easy way you can remember. Okay, in theory portion it becomes little tough. Okay, formula you can note down. Okay,
ma'am, can I do it in my rough notebook?
Yeah, of course you can do it. Okay, so you have to basically go to 35 lower limit of next class minus upper limit. Upper limit of the first class, upper limit of the previous class. So it is 34 upon 2. So it will come 1 upon 2, which will be 0.5. So this 0.5 you are going to subtract from all the lower limits and add to all the upper limits. Hello, Razi.
So, ma'am, what should we do with this frequency?
Yeah, this 0.5 you have got. What you are going to do? You are going to subtract this in the lower limit. That means your new
yes, ma'am, I got that. Ma'am, okay. For frequency, what should we do?
Frequency, you don't have to do anything. Frequency will remain the same. Okay.
So for the lower limits,
when you are drawing a frequency polygon, then you have to insert 2 extra class intervals. Okay, one in the starting and one in the end. Okay,
and what is class intervals? Oh, 0. Okay, got it. 0
25 to 34. This is a class interval. Okay.
Got it.
What it will be? What new one will be?
Wait, ma'am. Can you just wait? I'm doing it.
Shazan, have you done it? Then what happened?
Nothing.
First of all, find out your adjustment factor. Okay, and then you have to subtract this adjustment factor to all the lower limits. Okay, and add this adjustment factor to all the upper limit to make it continuous. Okay, because the gap. Okay, for example, you have a gap 2 between two of the frequencies. There 34 and there is 36. So you are going to cover this.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Advika.
Ma'am, what are we doing? Why are we doing this topic?
We are making discontinuous, or you can ungroup the frequency distribution into a continuous frequency distribution. Okay.
Ma'am, can we make this a frequency polygon?
No. If you want to draw frequency polygon, you can draw, but I'm just coming up with all the graphical representation. Okay. We have covered at that time in a hurry. Okay. So we are going to see in detail. Okay. All your bar graph, histogram, and frequency polygon. Okay. You can do this question, okay, just for a practice, because last class we left here only. Okay, so you can see here.
Ma'am, could you scroll up? 84 point.
Shazan, you're not doing?
27.
What happened? You're not having notebook?
6, 2.
Then?
Ma'am, I'm done.
Ma'am, I just got my notebook, ma'am. What question? Ma'am, can we solve this question now?
Ma'am, I'm done.
Shall I solve it?
Ma'am, can we solve it?
Okay, I will solve this question. Okay, just let me. Okay, so you have to make this as a continuous polygon. Okay, understood? So first of all, we are going to find out adjustment factor. Okay, what is this adjustment factor? It will be the lower limit. Okay, the lower.
I just wanted to ask, what was class mark again?
Class mark is the middle, the midpoint of this. Okay, so in class marks, if you are going to find out the class mark of the first one, okay, so it will be 34 plus 25 upon 2. This is your class mark. Okay, the midpoint of these two, the class interval. Okay, is class interval ka midpoint jo hoga wo class mark hoga. Okay.
Now, so ma'am, can I do that for continuous form? Ma'am, will that work in continuous?
Yeah, of course, because class mark, when we find out when we have to draw a frequency polygon. Okay. Then we find out class mark, because these class marks are the point where we have plotted the points. Okay. So adjustment polygon will be 35 minus 34 upon 2. Okay. So it will be 35 minus 34 will be 1 by 2, which will give you 0.5. Now you have to subtract the 0.5 in all the lower limits and add the 0.5 in all the higher limits. Okay. So what is here? We are going to draw another table, or you can add one block in this only. Yeah, of course, Abhika. Okay. Frequency. What you are making it here? Class. These are class intervals only, but you can write your class interval after adjustment factor. Okay. So now you are having. Okay. So it will be 24.5. You are subtracting from the lower limit, and I'm adding in the upper limit. Okay. Subtracting, adding. Okay. So this is your answer. Okay. Now this is not going to come generally. Okay. You will be getting a question in frequency polygon or in any of the polygon where you will be given a discontinuous form of class interval, okay? And you have to make it continuous and then you have to draw the graphs, okay? Shall we move to the next question? Now here, you can see there are so many datas, okay? The height of 50 students, okay? Here 50 students height is given, okay? What happened? Arham?
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay, the height of 50 students is given. Measure to the nearest centimeters have been found to be as follows. Okay, they have rounded up the value and given you in centimeters what is the height of 50 students. So 50 data is here. Okay, that we have collected. Okay, now first question is that represent the data given above by a group frequency distribution. Okay, table taking class interval as 160 to 165, 165 to 170. That means a continuous class interval you have to take. Okay, using tally marks. Okay. Whether you're doing the tally marks or not, it's not important, okay? But as it is given in the question, tally marks, so you have to do it with tally marks, okay? What can you conclude about their height from the table? Okay. Now, if you're going to draw, so you can see the value is starting from 150. Okay, the value is started from 150 to till 170. I cannot see 180. Anybody can see 180? No, we cannot see 180. So it will be 150 to how much gap? 150 to 155 you have to take, okay? Then 155 to 160, 160 to 165.
Ma'am, I can see 172.
Yeah, 172. So 172 is there. Okay, so 172.
Yes, ma'am, 172 is there.
So we can take from 170 to 175, okay? Because 5 interval we are taking now. So 175 we can end because 172 से बड़ी value आपको नहीं है, okay? No value is greater than 172, okay? So now we can draw here class interval, and here you can see tally marks, and here frequency, okay? Okay. Now let's see the value, okay? So it is starting from 150, okay? 150 to 155 we are going to take 155 to 160. 160 to 165, 165 to 170, and 170 to 175. Okay. Now, if you are going to tally, see 161. So 161 will lie in which value? Okay. 161 will lie in this. Okay.
160 to 165.
Yes, very good, Razi. 150, 154, 154, 165, 165. 165 is there, no? Sorry. 165 will not be included in this value. Okay. 165 will not be included here. 165 will be included here. Okay. Then you'll be having 168, 161. 161 will be included here. 168 will be included here. Sorry. 161, 154. 61, 154. Yes. Then 162, 150, 162, 150. 151. Now 151 will be included here, but after 4 we need to cross and tally marks. Okay. Now 151 here.
When you put your price on, it becomes 5.
Yeah. In tally marks, you were not there in Advika in tally marks. So when we do with tally marks, till 4 you are going to make straight lines, and for the 5th one you are going to cross this. Again, if you are having 7 data, so you'll be having again, and if you are having 10, so again you are going to cross. Okay. So this is a simple method. Okay. You must have used in childhood also. So this is the tally marks, okay? So till 4, you are going to make straight lines, and if it is a cross, it is understood that it is whole. But if you are seeing this figure, so it is understood that it is 5. Similarly, if you are having, it will be total will be 10, okay?
Yes.
So where we were, okay? So understood how you are going to do with tally marks, everybody?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
So we are going to mark all the values, and after that we are going to write the frequencies. Okay, I have done it here. So for the numbers that are between 150 to 151, we are having 12 such students having, what was there in the question? 12 such students having height in the range of 150 to 155 centimeter. 9 students with the height of 1. Now you can see all the frequency. Now if you have done it correctly, then if you're adding up the frequency, you should get the total number of the student. Okay, so here when I'm adding up the frequency, I'm getting 50. That means I have done it correctly. If you're getting less or greater, you should check. Okay, either you have taken some extra value or you have excluded some value. Okay, everybody, any doubt?
Okay, ma'am. No, ma'am, no doubts.
Now here the second question was what can you conclude about the heights from the table? So what can you conclude from the height?
Ma'am, what can you conclude from the?
See the question number second.
Ma'am,
Can you
I can
conclude?
conclude.
Ma'am,
Ma'am, that most of the children are between 160 to 165 centimeters.
And like
162?
One is 60, one is 65.
Yes, very good.
160, like if you want in it should be 161 to 165, right? Because we're excluding 160.
No, you are including 160.
Oh yeah, ma'am. It should be
Here
160
you
to 164.
Yeah, here you include Arham and here you don't include. Okay, so this maximum students lie in between the height of 160 to 175. Okay, everybody. Any doubt? Now we can move on to the graphical representation. Yes, Arham, ask.
Nothing, ma'am.
Okay, now we have already seen how many graphical representation are there. There are three types of graphical pictorial representation of data, in fact. Okay, now so here are bar graph, histogram, and frequency polygon. Okay, now this helps us to represent the data. Now bar graph is the simplest one. Okay, so bar graph is a pictorial representation of data in which bars depicting the variable of uniform width are drawn with equal spacing. Now here the spacing should be equal, okay.
Ma'am, in bar graphs, are they should the format should be discontinuous, right?
Yeah, format are discontinuous. No, actually, bar graph are generally not drawn with your you can say the grouped data. Okay, in grouping data, you are not, and for ungrouped data, we make bar graphs. You can see here, there is no grouping of data. Okay, modes of transport, number of students. Okay, for example, you can take different classes and number of students in different class 1 to class 12. So in class 1, you are having 20 students. Class 2, you are having 50 students. Class 3, so it is a, you can say ungrouped data. Okay, you're representing ungrouped. Okay, your grouping is not there. So between them on one axis and height of bars between the another axis. Okay, depending on the values of the variable. Okay, let's see with the graphical. Okay, now here 70 students from a locality use different modes of transport. Okay, to go to school. Now we have collected the data, or we have got a data, you can say, modes of transport and the number of students. What are the various modes of transport that the students are using to reach from their home to school? Okay, there are more than just modes of transport, but these are the list of transport that the students are generally using. Okay, all this, whatever the survey is done, from there we have collected the data that these are the modes of transport that the students are using. Now, what are these transport? Now, it is a car, a bus, moped, bicycle, and a rickshaw. These are the different modes of transport used by the students. Okay, now we have collected that how many students are going to school with the car. So there are 4 students from the locality that are using car. Now bus 27, moped 12 student, bicycle 19 student, and rickshaw 8 student. Okay, now we have to represent the bar graph representation of the above data. Now what we are going to do here, what is the variable? The variable means the unknown, or what you can say here. So the variable is the mode of transport. We are talking about the mode of transport. This is the variable here. So it is to be taken on which axis? The x-axis. We generally take the variable on the x-axis, and the value of the variable. See, variable जो unknown quantity वाला है ना, वो variable जो है वो आप x-axis पे लोगे, and the value of variable on the y-axis. Okay, and here what it is? Number of students. Here number of students is the value of the variable, and the variable is the mode of transport. Okay, because we are discussing about the mode, so these values are these are the variables. Okay, and the value is denoted by the y-axis. So if you are going to draw the graph, and always remember, put a same distance between 2 bars. Okay, same distance. Okay, so you will be drawing generally this on a graph paper. Okay, so when you are drawing it on a graph paper, so for every centimeter you can take, okay, 1 centimeter, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is unequal. Okay, so what are the transport that we are having? Car, 1 centimeter you can use for car. Okay, bus, and there are distance between them. In histogram, you'll see there is no distance between them. Okay, you are continuous data. Bicycle and rickshaw. Okay, rickshaw. Okay, now the value of the variable we are going to mention. So you can see here, value is 4, 8, 19, 12, 27. So till 27 we have to go. If I start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, so it becomes little tough. Okay, you will not be able to plot all the points. Okay, either you can take 2, 2. 2, 2 also, it is little tough. Okay, so we can take with multiple of 4 also we can take. Now we are taking 4, or if I'm taking 2 only, multiple of 2. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Oh, so after 12 it will be 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 till 27 we are having value. Na? So till 28 we are going to go. Okay, 24, 26, 27, 28, and then 30. Okay, now car, from car 4 students only go. Okay, so we are going to make a point here, and the bar will be of car will be till 4. Okay, now if you see for bus 27, 27 will be here somewhere. Okay, so we are going to draw the moped 12. So 12 we can easily see here. Bicycle 19, 19 will be here. When you're drawing it on graph paper, you will get a very perfect graph. Okay, rickshaw only 8 will be there. Okay, so this is your bar graph. Okay, the bar graph is the simplest. Many times you will get the question generally based on the bar graph. There will be 2 graph in this only. Okay, 2 graph in this only. Okay, like this, and one will be little above, little down. Okay, and since 2 graphs will be there, so there will be different representation. Okay, one will be some shaded portion and some. Okay, and you will be asked question on the bar graph. Okay, you have to observe the bar graph and you have to answer the questions. Okay, it may be asked that which two of the will depend on the data what is given. I think we have done it one of the question in our class also. Okay, so when I was teaching statistics before, so these type of question you can do. Generally you will get to, you will get the questions, okay, based on the bar graph instead of drawing the bar graph, okay, in general manner. Okay, so width of the bar is not important, but for clarity, okay, yes, that is important. Okay, so in fact this difference, this distance you can vary, but it doesn't look good. Okay, so that's why we keep the distance equal. Okay, in fact you can have less distance also if you have to plot so many quantities. Okay, now after bar graph it is histogram. So in histogram you will be having frequency. यहाँ पे जो frequency distribution होता है, that should be continuous frequency distribution. So if you get a non-continuous frequency distribution, like we have seen one question, okay, just now when we started the class. So first make it continuous. First make it continuous frequency distribution, then only draw the bar graph. Sorry, the histogram. And in histogram you will not find any distance between the 2 bars. Okay, because it is a continuous. Where it from 20 only you'll again have another bar. Okay, now you see here the question, mark it here, gap between any two, there is no gap between any 2 consecutive rectangle, and graphical representation of a grip to frequency distribution in exclusive form with continuous data. Okay, understood? Now represent the following frequency distribution by means of a histogram. So I think it's easy. All the points are given here. Marks is given 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50. Okay, so let's draw this. So from 10 you are going to till 80. So till 10 gap we can take it. Okay, it's 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Just for clarity I'm taking one extra, so there's space. Okay, now we are having data from till 16. Okay, again I'm taking here with 2 gap, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 and 18. Okay, this is your y-axis. Frequency, generally take frequency on the y-axis. Okay, and your class interval you have to take it on x-axis. Okay, you take the class interval on the x-axis and the frequency distribution on the y-axis. The frequency is not frequency distribution. The frequency distribution is whole table. Okay, now 10 to 20 till 7, 20, 20 till 7. Okay, now next is 20 to 30 till 11. You have to go 30 to 49, 40 to 50, 13, 50 to 60, 16. Okay, 60 to 74, and here 70 to 82. Okay, so this is your histogram. Okay, it will be of continuous distribution, and you can see now if when you are drawing frequency polygon, you just have to find this midpoint of the same histogram. Okay, this point. Okay, and this is only class mark. This is the class mark. Okay, and we are not generally, we only join these points. Okay, so now when you are joining these points, okay, you can see here is a means a final start and stop is not there. That's why we include 2 extra frequencies, 2 class intervals, one in the starting and one in the above. Because when you include 2 extra class interval, your frequency becomes 0, and when frequency becomes 0, so it will be represented on the x-axis, because y-axis represent the frequency. So you will be having 1 point here and will be having 1 point here. Okay, depending on the graph. Okay, now here your frequency, your class interval was what? Equal difference was there. Okay, now histogram and class interval are of unequal size. Okay, means the class interval are not of equal sizes. Okay, like we have seen 10 to 20. Now next value started from 20 to 30. Every class interval has a difference of 10. Okay. Now, if you are not having a class interval with a difference of 10 on each class interval, okay, you can have in some it is 10, some it is 15, some it is 20, some it is 12. Okay. So if you get these type of question where the class intervals are unequal, then how you're going to draw the graph? At that time, we are going to use adjusted frequency. Now, what is the formula of adjusted frequency? Minimum class size. What is the minimum class size? In all the class size? What is the class size? Class size means the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. That is your class size. Okay. So you have to find the class size of each of the class interval and which one is the minimum that you are writing above, and then class interval of the class means which class you are finding out. जिस class का निकाल रहे हो उस class का interval लिखोगे, class size लिखोगे, sorry. Okay. And then multiply with the frequency of that class. Okay. We have seen this question, but just quick revision will be there. Okay. Now here, let me copy the question. Okay. Now let's draw the. Now here, what you have to find, there are many things that you need to find. Okay. Either you can do it directly. Okay. Or what you can do, you can in the graph only you can do this. Okay. Just a minute. Something is altered. Okay. Now we know the formula of the adjusted frequency. What was the formula of adjusted frequency? Okay, so here you will be having, you have to find out the minimum class size upon class size of the class upon frequency into frequency of the class. Okay, so let's see. We are going to draw a table.
Ma'am, can we do it?
Yeah, of course, if you want to do that will be best. Okay, so I'm writing here just the, what is age in years. Okay, number of children, that is the frequency. And what else? Width of the class you can write. Okay, minimum class size you can see. Okay, so from here you can directly notice this is the minimum class size. Okay, that is 2 minus 1 will give you 1. Okay, that is the minimum class size. This is the minimum class size. Width of the class and then adjusted frequency you can write.
Ma'am, adjusted frequency is?
Yeah, I've written in the pink. It is minimum class size. For this table, minimum class size is 1 because 2 and 1 its difference is only 1. 2 and 3 have difference only 1. Okay. 3 and 5 have difference 2. 5 and 7 have 2. 7 and 10 has 3. Okay. So minimum class size is 1. And then class size of each class you can find. This table I have drawn. Okay. You can fill the value in this table.
Oh, ma'am, got it.
First you write the age, then you write the number of children. Okay. That is the frequency from the above given, you can say above given data. Okay, and then width of the class for each class you can write, and then adjusted frequency you can directly calculate here. Okay, for one I am doing, for one of the value I will do it, that is 1:2, 1 to 2. Number of frequency will be 5, it's given. Width of the class is what? Width of the class is 1 here, so 1 upon 1 multiplied by 5 will give you 5. Okay, so this way you can solve it.
Ma'am, could you scroll up so I can see the table?
Okay, yeah, of course. Razi, you have any doubt in this?
Ma'am, how do you got the value of the denominator one?
Class size of the class?
Class size, so the minimum class size.
Class size of the class you are going to find out, Razi. Okay, for every class you are going to find out. Like for the this one, it is 2 minus 1 will be 1. 2 minus 3 will be 1. 3 minus 5 will be 2. 5 minus 7 will be 2. 10 minus 7 will be 3. 15 minus 10 will be 5. 17 minus 15 will be 2. Okay, so this is the class size of each class. What do you mean by class size? Class size is the difference of the your upper limit, upper limit minus lower. Upper class interval minus lower class interval. That is your class size. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
Class size, upper minus lower. Okay, that will give you class size.
5, 6.
Then
Yes, ma'am, found that one. Ma'am, now I have to add the adjusted frequency. Ma'am, I have to subtract it from the first number and add it to the greatest. Ma'am, what to do with that again?
first
Ma'am,
right.
so for this one, I have to subtract 5 from it and I have to add 1 to 2.
Wait. 2, 3, 3, 5.
Ma'am, I'm done that.
5, 7. I'll do it for every value. Okay. Raji, you also see 7 to
Okay.
10 and 10 to 15. Where you are having doubt, you can ask. On the last value is 15 to 17. Okay. Now frequency that was given, that is 5, 4, 10, 12, 10, 12, 9, 10, 8, 10, 10. Okay. Now width of the class. Okay. Now width of this class is 2 minus 1 is 1. 3 minus 2 will be, width of this class will again be 1. Width of the next class, 3 by 5 will also be 2. Okay. 5 by 7, 5 and 7, 2. 10 and 7,
3.
3. This will be 5. And here 2.
5 and 2.
Okay. Now adjusted frequency will be what? Okay.
From 5.
Minimum we have calculated 1 and a half. Okay. Just see here. Minimum frequency will be 1 here, and then the frequency of
4.
this, the
Ma'am,
class
this one will be
size of
4.
this, the class size of this one. Okay.
Ma'am, that will be 4.
No, Arham. Okay. Class size of this. This is the class size, na? So it will be 1 multiplied by the frequency. So it will be 4. Again 1, and this time you are having 2.
Ma'am, that will be 5.
5. 1. Again 2.
Ma'am,
Nine.
that will be 6.
Okay.
Ma'am, then it will be 3.
Razi, you have doubt any?
And then, ma'am, it will be 2.
Oh, I got it.
Ma'am, it will be 2. And the last one will be 4.
So understood? What will be the
But
adjustment
to
frequency?
make it continuous, we have to
Yes, ma'am.
subtract the
No, we're
adjustment.
not going to make it here continuous, okay? Because here you are having, this is, you cannot make it continuous, okay? When you make it continuous, okay? So here it is not equal gapping. In continuous, you can see when you are making continuous, then the discontinuous also have equal class interval. Here it was unequal class interval. That's why we have adjusted the frequency. Okay, Arham?
Okay.
Understood? So you have to draw the graph of this only. Okay, you can see I have drawn the graph. You can see for
Got it.
understood. So now you comes the frequency polygon. Okay, that I have shown you. The frequency polygon is the polygon obtained by joining the midpoints of the upper horizontal sides of the rectangles in the histogram. Okay, I've shown you when we have drawn the histogram, then how we have to join. Okay, now this midpoint only we calculate with the help of class mark formula. Okay.
Ma'am, is it just upper limit by lower limit by 2? Oh, it's
Yes,
okay.
upper limit plus lower limit by 2. You are actually finding the midpoint. Okay. If I'm asking you the midpoint of 10 to 20, you directly know it is 15.
15.
Yes. Okay. So you can in fact see and directly also you know that it is 15. Okay. But you can mention this formula and then you can directly do it. Okay. If I similarly for all this for 10 to 20, now 20 to 30, you know that class mark from 20 to 30 will be 25. Okay. So it's not very necessary to do all the calculation there, but you have to mention the formula and you have to write it. Okay. Because you are in schools. Okay. So you have to mention everything there. Now, take the class mark along the horizontal axis, that is the x-axis. We write the class mark on the x-axis, and frequency. We generally write the frequency on the y-axis only. Okay, whenever you see these pictorial representation, you will see the frequency on the y-axis. Okay, when we have drawn the this polygon, what was that? Histogram, then also we have put the frequency on the y-axis, and in fact bar graph also the variable, it was like frequency only, how many people are using car, so it was a frequency, so that we have represented on y-axis. So we generally represent the frequency on y-axis and the value on the x-axis. The class mark or class interval or the variable, we write it on the x-axis. Okay, so let's see, draw frequency polygon, represent the following frequency distribution. Now here you can see, now this data is given. Now Razi and Arham, do you want to try to draw the bar graph of this? Sorry, frequency polygon of this data?
Yes, ma'am, I'll be able to do. Ma'am, but I think I'll just get some graph paper. Ma'am, can I get some graph
No,
paper?
you can do right now just there only, okay? Because time is also finishing. It is almost finished, in fact, okay? You can draw roughly in your copy, and then after that, you can draw it on your graph paper. You should know that what you have to do actually, okay? Then in examination, you will get the graph paper. Now here you have to make it first continuous, okay? So for continuous, 35 minus 34, 1 by 2 will be, and it's half, so it is 0.5. So you're going to add 0.5 in the upper limit and subtract 0.5 in the lower limit, okay? So it will be 29.5 and the next value 34.5. Now you have to draw frequency polygon, remember? So in frequency polygon, always remember you have to impute 2 extra values, one in the starting and one in the end, okay? So that it start from there's a clean starting and clean ending. Okay, so 29.5, the one class interval before this will be 24.5 to 29.5, and in the end also you will include one, that is 59.5 to 60.5. Sorry, 64.5. 59.5 to 64.5. You can draw directly this graph paper of this value. Draw, Razi and Arham, draw the graph of this value directly. Class mark will be on the x-axis. Okay, and then
class mark will be on the x-axis and the frequency
on the y-axis. You can start your class mark from 27, and then with equal interval, you can see it is represented. So what they are? Okay, now here it is starting from 0, and again I am representing with 4. 4. Now for 27, it's 0. Okay, so this will be the point. Okay, for 32 it is 12. Sorry, not this will be the point, this will be the point. And then 32 it is 12, it will be here. And 37, 16. Okay, 42, it is 20. 47, it is 8. 52, it is 10. 10 will be somewhere here. And 57, it will be 4. And then again, it will be 0. So it will be here, here.
Now I'm getting something like this.
Yes, you can see I have drawn it. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, I got it like that only.
Yeah. So if you draw it in graph paper, you'll be getting a very proper one. Okay. And I have used 4 gaps, so you can see it is.
Ma'am, could you scroll down? Could you show that, ma'am? What is that bump thing?
This one?
Yes, ma'am. Like A. Yeah, that. What is that bump thing?
Okay. You can see here we have started the number from 27 directly. Yes. So yeah. Whenever you are drawing this graph, now remember this. See, 27 is a very large value. If we start from 0 or with 5 gaps, so before 20, and we are not having values before 27 also, okay? So then you can directly start from 27, but this bump means that we are leaving some value and we are starting from a greater value, okay? So that's why whenever you are leaving so many values before, okay, because you're not having data, so we do this, okay? Okay, like this we do it and then we draw the graph, okay? Understood? Razi and Arha, okay? For example, your value is starting directly from 50, okay? So why to represent from starting at 10, 20, 30, 40, why to represent? You can just directly do this bump and then start the value from 50, 60, 70, okay? So when you're leaving so many values ahead, you're not marking it in the graph paper, then we do like this, okay?
Okay. Ma'am, is this how people make like stock market graphs?
Yeah, you can say, but there are too many things there, okay? The stock market is not an easy thing, okay? There's so many ups, down, and a lot of work, okay? So we are ending the class here and we have finished the graphical representation, okay? Now, we have represented. Now, in the next class, we'll be starting with measure of central tendency, okay, from Monday. That means your mean, median, and mode will start, okay? There's no so much things are not there, mean, median, more simple formulas are there, okay? In class 11th, you'll be having expanded form of this mean, median, and mode, okay? So there are a lot of things there, okay? But here, you're just having simple formulas, simple things, okay? So, any doubt in today's class in bar graph or your histogram or frequency polygon, Razi and Arhan?
No, ma'am.
Okay, then bye-bye and we'll meet on Monday.